I'm pretty sure all of you are curious about my first video I ever uploaded to this channel. I'm back. And yes, I did have a old channel that started a 31 of May of 2020. I never thought of making a YouTube channel until adulthood. But the real reason why I created the Google account, or my mom created the account, is just to access the Google Classroom. Remember that? Outside of a few playlists I've made, I pretty much was just a mini bastard back then. I just went to random comps to just like shut up for whatever reason. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I got terminated 2 times because of that. And I get really emotional when my account gets terminated. I go all, why did I did something wrong? I don't know. I just want my channel back. I just want my channel back. Around of the start of 2021, like before Friday Night Funkin' got popular, I've met Finesse Maniac Mania channel. And ever since I've met him, we've become friends. Heck, he's still active to this very day. In one of his videos where he showcases jump scares of his FNAF fan game, it actually featured me. Actually, it was my OC Pika Lucas, which was just Pikachu with a Mario hat. Original design, I know, but it was the first time I was mentioned, and heck, probably the first game I ever appeared, even if it got cancelled. Although, I want to talk about my other friend I had back then, which was Elebitel Fox. And looking back at it, it was disturbing, just plain disturbing. Elebitel Fox was a Brazilian gacha tuber who was really bad at English. You couldn't even say the simplest thing to him, and there's pretty good chance he will overreact or don't understand. Like you could say a simple okay, and there's pretty good chance he's gonna send you a crying emoji. I'll admit I used to do erotic roleplays because back then I used to constantly tell Elebi to eat my banana. And for whatever reason, I used to believe that Tails was a girl? I don't know, because if I see a boy character that has a slightly pitcher voice, I used to believe that that's just a girl in disguise, like Darwin from the Incredible World of Gumball. I used to have Elebitel Fox WhatsApp number, and he would call me over and over and over. I remember one time when I returned to school and looked at my phone, he called me 12 times, and all of them were face cams call. When I accepted the call, I saw that Elebitels was adult. Like, he was probably like 19 or 21 back then, but he was a adult that typed like a toddler and like gacha war. I fakely hung up the call before he could talk, and a few days later, my mom told me to block and delete all of the message I had with Elebitels. Be honest, I'm kinda glad my mom found out about that, because I'm pretty sure Tails was trying to groom me or something like that. But for whatever reason, I was on his side when I was having those channel wars. You know, when those smaller channels start arguing with each other for the stupidest reason. Months passed and I finally decided to upload my very first YouTube video, Festa do Mario. Honestly, I have no idea why I posted. I literally made that in 2019 and it stayed there on my computer, Western Rough Webs. Then I got a comment from Jester Joy, if I'm not mistaken. He told me that he wanted a shout out. That's cool. I made a simple video. In the description, I put a thumbs up and a sunglasses comment. And somehow, YouTube decided to strike that video. Simply because I use emojis. And once again, I got into an emotional state. And everything went back to normal after the strike disappeared. I made lazy videos, interacted with my friends on stream, and in August, Google suddenly decided to tell me about my age, so I just casually put my birth date in it, and I saw that Google said that I was going to forcibly watch YouTube Kids. I didn't read the whole thing, so I just brushed it off and continued watching Kung Fu Panda. Yeah, that was happening when I watched Kung Fu Panda. In the 24th of August, YouTube suddenly decided to lock me out of my channel. I was still able to use YouTube, but they had YT Kids restriction. I can comment, I can save playlists, I can get notifications. Even though I was still able to use YouTube, it was obvious I'm going to another emotional state because I want to upload videos. And yeah, I guess I lied. I technically didn't get terminated. YouTube just decided to prioritize my channel without me knowing it. And again, it wasn't my idea to make another Gmail account to access YouTube again. It was my mom's idea. Because back then, I thought I was restricted from the entire internet, even though it was just my YouTube account. When I got my account back up, I couldn't post the usual lazy FNF videos. And I was a massive view bagger back then, because I get satisfied when I get around 10, 12 views. For me, it's okay. But let me remind you that I used to post 5 videos a day. 5 videos in a single day. And the only ones I put effort was in the second and fourth videos. And of course, it caused a lot of stress for me. And I continued it for whatever reason until last year, where I finally stopped doing this bullshit. Even though there was so much drama going on back then, my ass was glued to FNF. And if any channel quits making FNF content, I just unsubscribe them. I just, oh, you quit FNF? That's good. Fuck you. And I finally quitted the FNF community when I got obsessed with Pizza Tower. And I kinda knew the franchise before the game was released. Like, I remember one video where Gustavo goes Super Saiyajin and just punches the hell out of Pepino. Remember when first was just a Pepino level, delivering Gustavo pizzas? There was also a Scratch Custom Night game that featured the noise. And I kinda got hooked by the little guy. For a moment, I thought he was the protagonist. And be honest, 2020 was easily the worst year for my channel. Outside of the Gmwork intense, the crappy Venus defeats, and the Death Battle alternative endings that was making back then, my channel was flopping so hard. I was trying to get back on my ground, but the flop was so hard. I get like only 3-4 views on my PNG video saying good morning, good night, good evening. And at the end of 2023, I got hooked by another franchise, which is Dokotemo Isio. And you might recognize the main character Toru Inoue, as he appeared in PlayStation All-Stars and Street Fighter vs Tekken. And I'm pretty sure you all recognize this. This is Wolfarun, and she made some pretty good Dokotemo Isio animations, and I got real hooked to the channel. You guys probably know Parashock Hex, since he was infamous of doing. They beg of you to bring back the dislike button. Well, I kinda did that with Wolfra 1. I was filling the comments with they want of begging the Turukuru shit to come back. They of begging the Turukuru shit to come back since her last YouTube video was 2 years ago. And believe it or not, she did notice me on Twitter, since she was more active on Twitter than YouTube. And she decided to make up bet with me. If I reach 100 days, she'll post a Turukuru animatic. Which obviously I accepted and got excited and started filling up the comments every single day. The only problem is that I was way too impatient. I decided to make a Twitter account just to beg and fill up Wolfie Ron's messages. And on April 1st, I'm not kidding, April 1st, she decided to block me. Just because she thought all of the message I was sending her was harassment. And to be honest, I did not take that lightly. I got her email address, I started begging her in other social medias, and to the point where she said that if I continue doing this, she would take into legal action. And I'm pretty sure she was going to send me a cease and desist letter, which I'm surprised I avoided somehow, despite continuing to beg even after that. And after July, where I posted the last Wolfer 1 video, I got into a depressive state, which only got worse in August and September, where I was getting very bad grades on school. And to relieve my depression, I was starting to watch videos that was nostalgic from my childhood. I was starting to watch Lightning McQueen toys, YouTube Poops, Mugen. And in the middle of those nostalgic videos was Toho. And believe it or not, I used to have a small Toho phase during the pandemic. But I ended up quitting the community after a few months because of Koichi Komikoshi Heart Troubling Adventure. Yes, I hate that series simply because it made me quit the community all those years ago. Although I felt different when we were watching Toho videos. There's something about those silly anime girls cheering Obaka, seeing the Scarlet animation blowing up again. I was asking a question that I didn't even think about it. And all of those thoughts were saying that I'm a girl. I tried my best to ignore those thoughts, but it only kept growing for the past month. And I just decided to embrace it. I just decided to accept myself that I'm a girl, I'm a female. 2025 was easily the best year for my channel, and for me, I started dating a beautiful girl. She told me to confess my sexuality to my mom. Seriously, she's such a wholesome girl. I love her. If she is watching this, hi, I love you. Mwah. A personal thank you to everybody that's been supporting me this far. If you've been in the beginning or if you've been listening to me in, thank you for supporting my channel. And hopefully 2026 will be a big year for my channel and me. See you all in the next video. I love y'all.